Welcome back to our lesson of Adobe After Effects. In this lesson, we are going to learn about pre-composition. If you've already learned about composition, which is just the basics of project, which we do in Adobe After Effects, so if you want to do pre-composition, that is a totally different thing. But I'm going to show it to you by using text because that is one of the most easiest and simplest example that I can put up right now. So when you open up Adobe After Effects, you are going to see an interface like this, obviously, and you can see the composition appears over here, which is known as the composition layer properties. Or if you open up a new one, you'll find that comp 1 or something like that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is add up one of the text, and you can like make duplicates of it or use it for various purposes. But what if you want to use the same thing over and over again? And when you want to like make changes on it, you have to do it individually. But if you don't want to like work on it individually and save a couple of time and a bit of work, then obviously pre-composition is the command, or let's say the step which I would suggest you to do. And to do that, I'm going to start off by editing in my text. First off, I'm going to do is click on my text box, and I'm going to do is make a text box, and here I'm going to type in, let's say, orange. Okay, I'm going to do is zoom in. Then I'm going to do is select all of it. I'm going to do is increase the size. Let's say I'm going to do is increase the size, or maybe like change the color. If it's still not visible, I'm going to do is go around over here. And you can see that it is a bit visible, right? So as it is visible, what I'm going to do is going to be showing you a couple of things. As I have orange over here, I'm going to do is increase the size again by selecting on my selection tool. I'm going to do is increase the size, and you can see the anchor is over here. I'm going to do is take it and increase the size like this. The next thing I'm going to do is going to be, let's say if you want to start like adding in more or start making more duplicates, what are you going to do? To do that, what you're going to do is press on Control and D. I'm going to do is take it right above here. You can see that I have a lot of them. Press on Control D again, and it will make another duplicate, and you'll be able to make more duplicates just like this. Okay, now you know how you'll be able to do it. So the functioning keys are Control and D. And if you want to see that, just go off to, let's say, edit, okay, and you will find that duplicate is Control plus D. If you want to split the layers, you will be able to do that, Control, Shift, and D. But one thing is that when I'm going to click on it, you will find out that it is going to look like this, right? Okay, now I'm going to make more of it. And if you want to like rotate it or drag or like change the size, you can do that if you want to do this, okay? Now, the other thing is that, let's say I'm going to click on another one. Hit on enter. And then if you want to select on the text from over here, you will be able to select different ones from over here too. And if you double click on it, you will be able to edit in the text too. But what happens if you want to change the text on all of them? Okay, let's say I'm going to do select the text over here. So I'm going to do is click on my text box, which is this one, or maybe let's say this one. I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to type in apples. Then I will have to like select on the other ones too, and then, you know, change it according to my desire. Let's say I'm going to click on orange 18. I have to cut it off, and I'm going to type in apples. Okay. But instead of that, I will not be able to change the text on each and every one. But if you want to like save the time to do that, what you're going to do is start off using pre-composition and change all of them at once. First off, what you're going to do is I'm going to zoom out a bit, and I'm going to do is delete all of them. Let's say I'm going to do is keep just one of this, which is this one, right? And instead of that, I'm going to do is select all of them, Control, hold onto Control, or hold on to Shift and delete. Just increase the size from over here and find out the ones which I actually need. I'm going to delete all of them. Now, as they are deleted, I only have like one of it, right? I'm gonna do is decrease the size. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is make pre-composition. To do that, I'm gonna do is start off doing that. I'm gonna do is press on undo, press on delete, keep it under over here. Okay, alright, I'm just gonna keep it over here. Let me see the timings and all of those, and after I'm done, I'm gonna click on this. Now I'm gonna do is going to be clicking on composition. From here, you will find out on the layer option, there is an option called pre-compose. So I'm going to do is first off click on over here and pre-compose. And you don't have to do anything over here. What you're going to do is adjust composition during the time span of the selected layers. Click on OK. And the pre-composition has been done. You can see orange 2 comp 1. Okay, so this is my first text, or this is the layer. Now what I'm going to do is going to be make more copies of it. So I'm going to do the same thing, select on the selection tool. Let's say I'm going to do is make more copies like this. Okay, let me just press on control, or let's say just hold on to alt and make more copies. Just control D. See, it is very simple. Control D, control D. Now you see that we have a couple of these options. I can double click on it too and then make some changes on it. What I'm going to do is go over the layer properties, which is the first one, and cut off this part because I don't need it right now. Now as I'm done with this part, so I have to like fix out this text, right? So I'm going to do is select on this. I'm going to cut it off. Let's say I'm going to type in alpha. Double click. Just this one. I'm going to cut it off. Alpha. Hit on enter. I'm going to go over to layer properties, and you can see that all of the text has changed. So this is basically how you'll be able to do pre-composition, and which is like very simple. Another advantage I'm going to show you, because you can see that all of them are in layers. If you want to like select on them, just select on it. First off, select the first one, which is our first. Okay, so I'm going to do is select on this. Let's say I'm going to select on the first composition, and here I'm going to do is rasterize the layer. But first off, I'm going to do is select on this pan behind, but you can also use another tool which is called interested region. So I'm going to click on interested region over here, and then I'm going to do is going to be selecting on the part which I actually need. Let's say I'm going to do is select on this part. So this will be it. I'm going to do is keep it a bit more congested. Now as it is done, I'm going to do is select on this layer or mask option. Click on new mask. You will be able to mask that up, but if you don't want to mask that up, that's like totally up to you. But what I'm going to do is click on this composition and crop comp to region interest. I'm going to click on it, and that is done over here. I'm going to do is go off to layer composition, and now you can see all of them are small in size. Okay, you will be able to increase the size, do whatever you want. But another advantage of I'm going to show you, I'm going to do is rasterize the effect, and so that it turns into a vector graphics. So I'm going to take this one, and obviously this is okay, this is orange 2 comp 1, right? I'm going to click on this part, and I'm going to do is rasterize it. First off, toggle switch modes. I'm going to do is rasterize it. I'm going to do is increase the size, and you can see that the pixels are still not, you know, like getting damaged. But if I do not rasterize it, you will find out that the pixels will get damaged because it is going to contain a specific resolution, so that if you increase it, it will get damaged, but if you decrease it, it might not. So I'm going to click on over here so that it turns into a vector graphic. Then you can like increase it however you want. That's like totally up to you. You can like increase the size up to a lot, yet you will find out the, you know, the picture or the specific alphabet or whatever there is, it's not losing any resolution. So that is basically the work of this tool which I showed you in my previous lesson. Okay, so hope you understood everything about pre-composition. Okay, you will be able to do a lot more than these. Okay, I'm going to do is decrease the size a bit more. You'll be able to rotate it and do whatever you want. But I'm gonna suggest you to, like, obviously rasterize each and every of these text or whatever object you apply in your specific project. So that is basically what pre-composition is. I'm going to choose click on composition, and you will find out other options too, because all of them are related to layers and also composition. So thank you for watching this video up till the end, and hope you understood everything. And in the next lesson, we are going to learn about layering properties and all of the tools which we are going to use on it. So let's move on to our next lesson.